Chinese.
Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, have any of you guys had like this experience like where you don't really know like the values that you have and like you don't really know what to value in your life? Well, this quote where it says we can tell our values by looking at our checkbook stubs. The way I interpret it is like I guess you really have to think about what it is that you value, and like you don't really know what it is until you have like a reality check. And like to me, how it happened was when I first had my baby, I didn't really like value how like my mom used to help me out so much, and like she used to do so much for me to have my baby. It's like you realize all the things that your mom does for you, and it's like you should value more like when someone does something for you and when someone is like helping you out in certain situations. And it's like it's really hard, I guess, to really see something that you don't really experience. So like for me, with this quote that says we can tell our values by looking at our checkbook stubs, it's like you really have to have like actually experience like your value, like what you value, in order to like really know what it is that you're really valuing. So for me, like that's what I didn't really know everything my mom was doing for me until like I had a baby, and I realized, oh, everything she did was for a certain reason. So I kind of agree with that quote. Thank you.
That's $10 for that scan chart.
Sure. Should say that like I have $10.
Just turn it into super scan.
Damn, revenge is sweet. It gives me that.
Okay, well, the rhetorical question as the detention device was okay. I think the phrasing is a little bit awkward. I'm not sure that people would consider the question that you're talking about something that pops into their head on a regular basis. Your thesis seems to be appropriate for the topic, but I think that it needs to be a little bit sharper. I like the example that you have talking about the way that your mom helped you out with the baby, and how you suddenly realize those, the values that are important there, and what's really there, what's really important. I think that that's a good idea, but that's as far as you get. It doesn't really develop much past after that, and I think you need to come up with an organizational structure to be able to give you a little bit more content. You're very quiet when you're speaking. I think it's you need a little bit more energy and a little bit more variety in your tone. It flows together pretty well. Your gestures, you're inconsistent. Sometimes your hands are in your pocket, sometimes they are at your side. A few times you are gesturing, but it seems like you're doing that only when you're conscious of it, as opposed to being engaged in the presentation while you're speaking. Your eye contact was very solid with the audience. I thought you did a good job on that. Your facial expressions seem to have some variation on ideas and emotions. It's hard for me to, like I said, pin it down too much because it does go by quickly. You have a solid posture while you're standing there. So I didn't see anything that was problematic per se, but also nothing that's particularly engaging. At the end of the speech, you do kind of come back to an idea that you're trying to get across. Like I said before, if there had been a little bit more content development, I think that that idea would be more meaningful. But you had, like I said, a pretty reasonable illustration. All right, thank you. Vanessa, come get a topic and send Amy in, please.